Welcome back to my series, which I will now call My Life is Spiraling Out of Control and I Can't Get My Act Together. So yeah, here's part two. The next movie I want to talk about, what was it? Oh crap, I should have thought of this before hitting record. I'll just talk about Ford v Ferrari. I saw Ford v Ferrari. I enjoyed that quite a bit. I saw it with my dad. If you want to see a movie with your dad, if you have a dad, I'm sorry for saying that. Ow. Okay. If you want a good movie to see with your dad, I feel like Ford v Ferrari is a good one to do it with. In my brain does not work this evening. Ford v Ferrari. It's based on a true story of Ford going into the 24-hour Le Mans race, real popular race, to really show off the quality of one of a car dealership's cars. I'm not a car person. I know very little about cars. I'm represented by that meme where the check engine light comes on your car, and I look in the car and go, yes, that is an engine. That's me. So Ford v Ferrari. It stars Matt Damon, Christian Bale, and Jon Bernthal. I am a fan of all three of those actors, and I've been looking forward to this movie mostly because of the names attached, and James Mangold, the director. He made Walk the Line, Logan, Wolverine, 3:10 to Yuma, and a bunch of other movies. He is a pretty good director in my opinion. I massively enjoyed Logan. I haven't seen Walk the Line in quite a while, but I remember liking it a whole lot. And the Wolverine is better than I think people give it credit for. But yeah, Logan is definitely the high point of that franchise. Anyway, Ford v Ferrari. It's on paper, it doesn't sound like a very interesting movie, but it's actually really entertaining. And even if, like me, you're not a huge car person, it's pretty entertaining, and it's just interesting to see these characters with such passion for what they're doing, and that's quite admirable. Yeah, it's yeah, it's good. Anyway, and on to the next movie. Why not? I don't want to talk about the most recent film yet. That the last one I saw, I have so much to think through with that movie. Yes, that's what it was. Jojo Rabbit. I saw Jojo Rabbit. Why did that slip my mind? It was Jojo Rabbit. Probably the most controversial film of the year, with the least controversy about it. Joker had more controversy than that movie. Joker had more controversy than most films that came out this year. Yeah. Jojo Rabbit is a comedy, satire, drama set in Nazi Germany. And it is about a little Aryan boy who aspires to be best friends with Adolf Hitler. And it's pretty silly. I enjoyed that a lot. Brought to us by the genius behind Thor Ragnarok, Korg, the character in Thor Ragnarok, Korg, and such films as Hunt for the Wilder People and What We Do in the Shadows, Taika Waititi. I love that name. It's so much fun to say. Taika Waititi. It kind of sounds dirty the more I say it. Anyway, I'm moving on. He plays Adolf Hitler, and he is quite funny and quite intimidating when he needs to be, which it's quite an impressive balance to handle. Um, this movie made me kind of roll in my seat with laughter, and also cover my face in what's a good word? Cover my face in pure despair. It's it's nowhere near as dark as some other movies set in that time period, but boy, is it effective with such a minimalist kind of way of showing it. It is PG-13, so it's not terribly violent. Um, it it had such an effective yet seemingly simple way of really hitting the drama of it home. Um, for being such a funny movie, wow, it just grabs you at one point. And I was just like, it kind of just takes the breath out of you. It's breathtaking in a horrible way, but it's still a fun movie. Segues are weird. So yeah, Jojo Rabbit. I highly recommend it. It's very good. It's probably one of the best comedies to come out in recent memory. And yeah, Nazis, yada yada yada. Don't hate. Good, all that good messaging stuff. Anyway, I'm still gonna say my most recent film, because I also want to talk about another film that I saw, which I haven't talked about, The Lighthouse. I saw it twice. It's kind of a psychological horror, but it's also real artsy without being condescendingly artsy. You know what I mean? Like, it feels very nah. Like there's such a sure hand directing it, and it feels like it's so important without being self grandializing. I don't know what I'm saying right now. My brain is just falling out right before your eyes. Anyway, The Lighthouse. Beautiful cinematography. The shots in this film still linger in my head. Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. Two great performances, and they're pretty much the only people we see in the movie. They're pretty much it. It's such a weird movie, and it's one of those films where it doesn't really give you any clear answers on what's going on. You just sit there thinking about it, and you don't really know what happened. You don't really know what was reality, though you definitely know what wasn't reality. But it does such a good job of blurring the line, and I've heard that it's though it is very metaphorical, I've heard from some people it references Greek mythology in a way, and I'm not too sure. I'm not really up to snuff with my Greek mythology, other than really surface level stuff. There's a lot of, I feel like it has a lot to say about the male gender and the way we view power and the things we'll do to get said power, if that makes sense. But I feel like that's what the film says, and it's very interesting. The score to it is immaculate. Like, it is dripping with tension. Like, wow. like don't like don't listen to it in the dark, or don't listen to it while driving. Like, you will get tense from the score alone, and it complements the film so well. So yeah, The Lighthouse. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna I'm gonna split I'm gonna split the video again. So stay tuned for part 3, where I finally talk about the film that I've been teasing about this whole time. So yeah, part 3. Aren't I such a tease? All right.